For today's cup of coffee,
my ass is dragging.
We're recording this. This energy has got us fucked up.
We're recording this at close to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on July the 17th. And it's like busy week.
Yep.
I mean, having to go and run and do all that stuff. Plus, possible proton storm. Plus, possible incoming geomagnetic storm. Plus, weather.
Loves it.
Heat. All that stuff.
This heat.
The heat has been, it's been like a jungle.
My plants.
Only dry.
My plants, they're dried up.
Well,
our plants are dried.
I mean, we need rain for days.
Our grass is burnt.
Yeah. Yeah, most people around here, it's like the kid that's been mowing for us, he had a side hustle of mowing for people on his own, plus he was mowing for a lawn care company.
Uh-huh.
And he had to, a couple of weeks ago, take another job part-time at the Wall of Mart.
So he had to take a sabbatical from lawn work?
Well, there wasn't no sabbatical. You can't, it's not, it doesn't behoove you to mow dirt.
Well, that, for the right people, that could be a thing.
I think it's called bulldozer. Now, he could save up his money and get him one of those. That would be a wise investment, actually. It was like on X, Elon Musk, they was showing the flamethrower, and I'm like, I want one of those. But it actually does not have a long reach. I have seen other flamethrowers that have a much longer reach.
It's enough to kill some bees.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we've got yellow jacket nests.
3 holes.
In the ground.
3 holes next to each other.
Yeah.
3 or 4,
That's what Omega had said. He said he's never seen anything like it.
It must be like a mega hive.
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's not good.
I need to anoint the house again.
Oh, God. God. And this is one other reason. It's like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. But
listen, the anointing of the car worked.
It has just been, the energy has been crazy everywhere. And some people can get in there and they can just swim and they thrive on it. And no.
This ain't energy that is thrivable.
For some people it is. For some people, they're excelling in it. They've been waiting for some of this. And it's just like, have at it.
No.
And
no, this energy is just no.
Well, it's when you let somebody else take the reins that it is their time. It just,
It's y'all's time to shine.
Yeah, for some people it certainly is.
Salty?
Yeah. Here's one of the ones, Cat Turd, some of those guys like that, they've been waiting for this stuff for years.
Cat Turd, that name.
I know. Well, this is why you have to be really careful and think things through before you pick your screen name. Just a word of caution.
Yeah.
Because you could be stuck with it.
Yeah.
Really. And I will say, it's like, Robert Phoenix, we were discussing you earlier. We were.
Me?
And with your Scorpio rising, we are thoroughly convinced that if pressed, that you would kick somebody's ass.
Me? Talking about
and
Robert?
In a good way. And we respect that.
Yeah. It's like, me? You? Talking about Robert? No.
But it's just, as far as he is a very giving person. He is.
But like we seriously, with that Scorpio rising, if he wanted to, seriously, Robert, we were talking about this. It's like, if you wanted to, you could really choose someone.
Oh, yeah.
Choose someone just inside out.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is one of the things about Scorpios, that how to caution, they have to know how and when and where to place that sting. And that's what I told Kid. I said, me with my weirdness about Scorpios, and I'm around a lot of them. And he's like, well, he was sort of, I said, do you know how you're afraid of wasps? Mm-hmm. Because this kid, he will absolutely, he will run your ass down to get away from a bee.
Yeah.
And I said, that's how I am about Scorpios.
Well,
it's just gun shy.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah, it's trauma. It's just trauma experience. And we were also discussing with the collective consciousness the fact that there has been so much trauma. And it's like, it affects different people in different ways, but even those who don't understand how it has affected them, they have still been affected. Mm-hmm. And how is that going to manifest? I think in some ways, right now, you are seeing a form of trauma bonding.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what happens. Yeah.
That you've got people that have been wounded, usually by the same group of people. And I don't want to say it's the enemy of my enemy is my friend, but I think that they're finding out that there's more commonality than the differences. A lot of these people, like I said, they understand they have been lied to.
Yeah.
And then you've got some that they will never admit it.
I know, I was fighting some of those people on Twitter.
It's pointless. All you're doing is wasting your time and energy. Now, if you want to do that, you go right on.
Listen, it's not often I get to chew people out.
Well, it's, again, be careful with your words, because you don't want to have to go back and try to eat those words later. Because, yeah. And
listen, I ain't gonna pull a Wendy Williams and literally eat crow on that.
Well, and speaking of words, I did find a story where we're just going to do random because exhaustion. And like a coffee, it's like, oldest kid, God love him, we had to get up at 6 o'clock this morning, had to travel like been an hour with work traffic and crazy people on the interstates, and to get him to have SIBO testing. SIBO, which stands for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. It's a thing.
Do we need to be hearing that on the first thing in the morning?
It'll be all right.
Okay.
But they do this sort of as it's almost like a breathalyzer.
For your ass?
Oh my God, I was stuck in the car with the youngest kid. I was stuck there. They wouldn't let me go.
You were laughing.
I was stuck there.
You weren't miserable with me.
No, I was sitting there.
Laughing.
I was actually listening to Robert Phoenix. I was in the chat, but on the cell phone, and it's like chat was not enjoyable trying to do that on a cell phone. But anyhow, this testing could have taken up to 3 hours. And I see oldest kid walking back to the car, and it's like, what's going on? He's like, you're not going to believe this. And I'm like, what? And he said, the machine broke. And I'm like, what? So they took like 4 samples. They're supposed to do this like every 15 minutes or something like that. So no, we got to lather, rinse, repeat. It's some later date. And I'm like, oh God.
Loves it.
But
pestilence. Ignorance.
Yes, this God. He's in the back seat, all the way down and all the way back, going about ignorance and pestilence. Because ignorance a lot of times does cause pestilence.
Oh, y'all were talking about stuff, and it's like, so it went right along with it.
Oh, we actually do need to do a podcast with all three.
We just need to do a vlog.
Oh,
like a full-on vlog.
Going back to this other thing, I did find something interesting on Zero Hedge, and it's by Tyler Durden. And that Apple, Nvidia, is that how you say it? Nvidia, I think is what it is.
Nvidia?
And Salesforce are using content on YouTube to train their AI.
That's lovely.
And it says that subtitles from 173,536. Why did they have to be that specific? Round the shit up. I mean, really. Videos are spread
It's for the
across,
autisms.
spread across
Pestilence. Ignorance.
48,000 YouTube channels were used by the companies as training data despite YouTube's rules against harvesting information, according to Proof News and Wired. I don't see how that's harvesting information. I don't understand that. It
I don't
says
know either, because it's just like, you're spying on us.
the data set, called YouTube subtitles, includes transcripts from educational channels like Khan Economy. That is, if you're not familiar with Academy, not Economy, Academy is really good. It's a wonderful
I've never
channel.
heard of it before.
It's some highbrow stuff. MIT
Smooth brain
and
gang.
Harvard, as well as media outlets such as Wall Street Journal, NPR, and BBC, said late night shows like The Late Show, Last Week Tonight, and Jimmy Kimmel Live were also used. The report says, I don't know, that must be on one of them paid YouTube things or whatever. It says, additionally, Proof News found that popular YouTubers, or I guess this is what we're going on the YouTube thing, like Mr. Beast, Marquis
Mr. Beast
Brownlee,
is evil.
Jacksepticeye, that was the one that got me, and PewDiePie had their videos included. And if you all have
Did they have permission to use their
I don't
videos?
see what it matters. I don't see how it matters. What does it matter if you've got a human learning from a YouTube video or if it's AI learning from a YouTube video? What's the difference?
Who's controlling the AI?
Well, I'm just saying. But if you're not familiar with Jacksepticeye, he is a very bombastic Irish individual.
Yeah. That's
And it's like he is... as
love
far
him, but
as
he grates on your nerves sometimes.
significant other of Gab Smolders.
Yeah.
And we love Gab.
The polar opposites
They
in personalities.
Because she is calm and she just
She's chill. She's
she
collected.
is. And he is just all over the page. So it's one of those relationships you're like, how the hell does it really work?
Maybe he's just like that in videos.
Maybe. But I know that I have seen him before bring her coffee and different things like that.
Yeah.
And they've been together quite a few years.
Many?
But his Irish accent is so thick. It's thick.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. So, but I thought that was interesting. And it says that David Packham, host of the David Packham Show, which sports more than 2 million subscribers and more than 2 billion views, commented, "No one came to me and said, we would like to use this. This is my livelihood. I put time, resources, money, and staff into creating the content, and there's really no shortage of work." And he said, arguing that if AI companies were paid, he should be compensated for his data.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the
it
issue
said
everybody has with the AI.
that Dave Wiskus, the CEO of Nebula, didn't mince words, and he says it's theft. Will this be used to exploit and harm artists? Yes, absolutely, end quote. The data was part of The Pile, a compilation of data release that includes content from YouTube, the European Parliament, English Wikipedia, and corporate emails. Well, that's an odd combination of things there. Apple utilized The Pile for OpenELM before adding new AI features to its products. Bloomberg and Databricks also leveraged The Pile, according to their publications. It says Anthropic, an AI company backed by a $4 billion Amazon investment, confirmed its use of the Pile for... They need to call that something else. They really, really do. Because they say The Pile... And for some of us, it's like, it's a hemorrhoid. It's a hemorrhoid.
Ignorance! Pestilence!
And it says for its AI assistant, Cloud, while emphasizing compliance with YouTube's terms, Wired wrote. Salesforce used the pile for an AI model intended for academic.
Pestilence!
Preparation H. Oh God, we need cyber preparation H.
A hemorrhoid cream right there.
And it says that it's releasing it publicly in 2022, or that was when it was, and says this model had been downloaded over 86,000 times. It says litigation against companies using unauthorized data for AI training is ongoing. Authors have sued over the use of works in datasets like Books 3, another pile component. Tech companies argue their actions fall under fair use, but legal battles are ongoing. I don't see, honestly, on this, and maybe I'm just too naive to understand the ramifications of this. I don't see the difference between, and maybe I don't understand how they're using the information from the YouTube videos to train the AI.
Because it can possibly replicate the videos at some later date and point.
Well, if it did, then I could see there being a problem. But I guess I'm not understanding, like I said, the process of it. Was it a matter of them recognizing speech or facial recognition or whatever like that?
Yeah.
If it were to replicate the individual, yes, there's a problem. But I don't see any difference between the AI viewing a video or a person viewing a video.
A person cannot easily replicate a voice or image.
Like I said, until it does do something like that.
We don't want it to get to that until.
I understand, but it's also one of those. That's when you get into this mind reading bullshit. And this is going on. It's like, okay, this person didn't commit a crime, but they thought about it. Where's your proof? Where's the proof?
Well,
because the law, the legal stuff is supposed to be based on evidence.
You want to know the government, the deep state government has technology beyond.
Oh, I understand that, but
they got stuff that literally can mind read.
Well, I know that, but this is Apple, Nvidia, and Salesforce. And so I'm like, until they do misuse it, I don't see how it would not be covered under fair use.
Because it's stealing someone's stuff.
It's not stealing anything, as far as I know. It's just, as far as transcripts, well, anybody can read the transcripts. Some of them are pretty funny because they're not accurate. It's like the subtitle thing.
Someone be above my pay grade, please explain it to her.
I don't see, like I said, what would be the difference between going to whatever, a person reading something versus AI reading something. And like I said, it could just be that I'm very naive and uninformed about the usage and the gathering of this information. So I don't know.
Well, if it's literally just studying speech patterns to properly, transcript, captions, then it's not really an issue. But if it's used to study speech patterns and to replicate those speech patterns and stuff like that, there's an issue.
But even if it were, they would have to do something with it nefarious. I mean, that's just they have these ads all over YouTube that have replicated Joe Rogan's voice.
Yeah. And it's not Joe Rogan that they use that.
Him, and it's like, so these are AI generated ads on a lot of them, because I know that they have used people from, one of the ones was Dr. Berg, because I watch his channel. And the product that they were using his image on to promote something else was not something that he had authorized.
Yeah, and that's the thing. YouTube doesn't screen their ads. Whoever just gives them money, there you go. There's an ad.
Right. So on something like that, I can understand somebody having a problem. And I don't understand how it is that YouTube has not been sued by allowing these advertisers on their platform that are misrepresenting content creators, being involved with products or using their voice or anything like that.
Because AI is so new, people don't really know what to do.
Yeah.
As far as it, people don't know.
Yeah, I think a lot of the legality has not come into being yet.
Yeah.
But as far as what they're saying in the article, just the way the article is written, for it to be used for the purpose of teaching AI, I don't see that there's a legal claim there. But I'm not a lawyer.
Well,
So,
even if you don't, maybe you don't want it to learn off of you.
I think can you imagine what the hell would mean you teach AI?
Smooth brain gang. Smooth brain gang.
If you hear an AI produced ad hollering about ignorance and pestilence,
Ignorance!
you will
Pestilence!
you will know where it came from.
And smooth brain gang.
Then there's somebody sitting there going, the cyber grannies, they're going to kick your ass with wooden spoons.
Cookie Clicker 2. The sequel. The Grannies Rebel.
I can understand.
Cyber Grannies Rebel.
There's a lot of us that's rebelling right now. Final thoughts on any of this stuff, kid?
Ignorance! Pestilence! It's been a theme today.
Oh, God. It's tired. I keep seeing that meme.
Oh, what
where
was
it's
that
like,
thing
I'm
that I said? And it
tired,
really tickled your funny bone. As Elijah said something, he didn't know what we asked what the M stand for, and I was like, malevolent?
Yeah.
What was it?
I don't even remember at this point. It's just, I don't know. But it was hilarious. I don't know what it was. It was some medical something.
Yeah.
It was a medical something. Anyhow, if you've had experiences.
But it cracked y'all up.
Yeah, with the paranormal, supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, tinfoil hats. If you've had experience with ignorance and pestilence, then you can go ahead and put that in the comment section. You can send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. That it's all one word. There's no spaces or anything like that, and it is there in the description box. And I'll put a link to the article, and you can read that.
Mm-hmm. If you like this video, comment, like, share. Also, check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, Orlando COCWS. And if you're not already viewing us on these platforms, check her out on BitChute and Rumble. Orlando's Cup of Coffee with Scream. And yeah. Ignorance. Pestilence.
Did you already say about X? I think
I did that first.
I clocked out.
Well, that's okay. I sort of
dissociating lately. I wonder if that's a problem. I guess it depends on what I'm doing while I'm dissociating.
We need a nap.
I do. Know that you were loved. Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cut. But before that, treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. Think before speaking. Think twice before typing, because that's there forever. Forever.
Sometimes.
Oh, no, it's there forever. If you speak words of kindness, compassion, love, yeah, it's always best to do that. Of course, I got a lot of Libra and Virgo in my chart, too, along with my Leo.
Hey, Robert, what does a Chiron in Sag mean? That's it. There you go.
Now, Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup. Bye.
Bye. Ignorance! Pestilence!